The untold truth about Barack Obama goes far beyond the historic presidency we all know. Born in Hawaii in 1961 to a Kenyan father and American mother, Obama's early life was anything but conventional. What many don't realize is that from ages 6 to 10, he lived in Indonesia with his mother and stepfather, becoming fluent in Indonesian and navigating life as an American child in Jakarta. His childhood nickname was Barry, and he was often bullied for his unusual name and appearance, shaping his early understanding of identity and belonging. When Obama returned to Hawaii, he was raised primarily by his grandparents, while his mother continued anthropological work abroad, a personal sacrifice that profoundly impacted his worldview. Few people know that as a teenager, Obama experimented with marijuana and cocaine, something he candidly admitted in his memoir, Dreams from My Father, before entering politics, a level of transparency rare among presidential candidates. Before law school, Obama worked as a community organizer in Chicago's South Side for $13,000 a year, turning down lucrative Wall Street offers. This decision shaped his political philosophy more than any other experience, yet receives minimal attention in most accounts of his life. At Harvard Law, he made history as the first black president of the Harvard Law Review. But what's rarely mentioned is that he was elected with significant support from conservative students who appreciated his willingness to consider diverse viewpoints. Obama's political journey had more failures than most realize. He lost his first congressional race to Bobby Rush in 2000 by a devastating 31-point margin. This humbling defeat nearly ended his political career, pushing him to reconsider his approach to connecting with voters. When he eventually won his Senate seat in 2004, it came after his main opponent, Jack Ryan, withdrew following scandalous divorce records being released, a stroke of political fortune rarely emphasized in his rise to power. Inside the White House, Obama maintained rituals few Americans ever heard about. He read 10 letters from ordinary citizens every night, chosen randomly from the thousands received daily to stay connected to the public's concerns. His staff called this practice 10 LADs, 10 letters a day, and he often responded personally to these letters. Obama also refused to watch cable news in the White House, preferring to receive information through briefings and reading rather than punditry. The stress of the presidency physically aged Obama. White House doctors reported his cholesterol levels rose significantly during his first term, despite his renowned physical fitness, and he developed benign throat issues from years of public speaking. By his second term, his infamous smoking habit, which he struggled to quit throughout his presidency, had finally been conquered, not through nicotine patches or medication, but through chewing Nicorette gum continuously for years. Obama's relationship with his security detail reveals another side of the man. Unlike some presidents who maintained formal distance, Obama knew the names of all his Secret Service agents' children and frequently asked about their families. When one agent's son was diagnosed with cancer, Obama personally called the family's doctor to ensure the best possible care. In the Situation Room during the bin Laden raid, Obama excused himself during the tense moments before the mission's confirmation to play cards with his personal aide in a nearby room, not from indifference, but as a deliberate technique to manage unbearable pressure, a detail revealed years later by his former body man. Post-presidency, Obama has embraced surprising passions. He's become an avid audiophile, personally curating his widely shared playlists with eclectic musical choices spanning from Jay-Z to Bach. He spends hours selecting songs, seeing music curation as a form of storytelling. He's also become an angel investor in several climate technology startups, steering capital toward environmental innovations without publicity. Perhaps most revealing, Obama struggles with the constraints of post-presidential life. In private conversations, he's admitted feeling frustrated by the protocol, limiting former presidents from commenting extensively on their successors. The man who built his identity on creating change now navigates the delicate balance of influence without interference, an untold challenge of his post-White House years. The complete Obama story isn't found in the historic milestones, but in these lesser-known details that reveal a more complex human figure than either his supporters or critics typically acknowledge.